Today we're going to be talking about sacred sexuality. So as many of you know, I was formerly a medical doctor and now I work completely in the healing arts as a spiritual teacher, etc. And part of that is about letting people know what the act of sex really is. It's actually a healing act. But what determines that is your consciousness when you're doing it, and your intention when you're doing it, and who you're doing it with, and what the situation is about, what you're doing before and after, and all these different things. So currently in our society, sex is seen in one particular way. Oftentimes children are learning about sex through pornography, for example. And pornography is a very unrealistic way that sex actually happens, because they need to get the cameras in there, there's all this kind of acting going on, and true connection of what this act really is, it's an act of union, is not really shown. There's certain types of ways that it's shown through pornography, and this creates a distortion. So then women think they need to dress a certain way and act a certain way, and then men think that there's a certain way to do it. And oftentimes what's happening in pornography is really not even that pleasurable. So this is what the new paradigm and awakening spiritually and all of that is about rewriting what we were taught through the media or society. And a lot of these ancient ways of healing are coming back, and one of them is sacred sexuality, which there are many lineages of Tantra, for example, through the Chinese, through the Indian, through many different paths and initiation paths, for example. So the reason why I like to talk about sex as a sacred act is because its power can be used for our creation. Sex is an act of creation. So when we implement it to connect with what we're creating in our lives, what we want to heal. Even in all of my coaching programs, I go over sex with all of my clients and all of my students, and I share about it in a way that you can use your thoughts, the direction of your thoughts, you can use it as an energy healing. And there's so much to talk about on this topic, but specifically, I'd like to share about today, for example, we can do other videos on this. I want to talk about what's going on in your mind when you are in the act, and how just taking the time with your partner before you do it, that if you set some intentions about what you want to heal within your body, where you'd like to direct the energies in your life if you're creating something, because during the act of sex, so much energy is moving and you can receive powerful information. You could receive a healing. You could receive an insight, let's say if you're working on a business or a project. So I like to say that sex can be a meditation between two people, and it can also be a place where you receive divine downloads. But it all depends on your intention. And it's also about, versus this act of wanting to perform, it's this act of receiving. And it's really intentional, and you really enter it with a space of sensitivity, both for yourself and for your partner. So like I said, there's so much more I can go into, but I just wanted to leave you with these little tiny drops, thoughts, something to think about, so that the next time you go into that space with a partner, that you, or even with yourself, if you are masturbating, there's a way to do it in a conscious way, not watching pornography, but rather really feeling into your body and using your breath and moving that energy of pleasure throughout your body. So I'm so curious to how you are going to implement this information. So I invite you to leave a comment and to share with me, like, if you do have more questions about this, but also if you try it out from this more conscious perspective, where you are really bringing awareness to your body, to your heart, to your being, to your aura, and really allowing the energies to move and cycle, and using your breath and setting intention. And I wonder how it's going to be for you. I'm Dr. Nikki Starr. Thank you for being here. Follow my channel, and I'll see you again soon.